Hidden Springs Ale Works started at home in our garage. We brewed mostly classic styles of beer. We won a lot of awards for those. But once we started to look at opening the brewery, we wanted our beers to have more of a personality so they would stand out in the marketplace. We started brewing a lot of experimental styles of beer. Most of those beers in the early days were influenced by desserts. My mom helped me develop my palate and really my love for sweets. Most of our beers have a nostalgic feel. I'm an 80s kid, grew up in the 80s, early 90s as a teenager, and I think anybody can have a peanut butter and jelly flavored beer or inspired beer and be transported back to a time where you're sitting in the back of the bus, hanging out with your friends. I want you to try one of our beers and be kind of taken back to a time where you were happy. One thing that's very important to me at Hidden Springs is to make sure that if we put on the label that this beer is going to taste or smell a certain way, it better live up to that expectation. It's important to us to use the best quality ingredients. That starts with the water. We take our water from the city of Tampa, we strip it down through reverse osmosis. From there, each beer that we make, water profile is built to whatever specifications we desire in that particular beer. The next most important thing is what malts we're using. We use premium malts here. Try to source malts from around the world that are going to give us the best aroma and flavor and mouthfeel to every beer we make. When we're trying to create a beer to mimic one of our favorite foods, most people will just take that food product, call it your favorite fruited cereal brand, and throw a bunch of that into the beer and call that a day. One thing that we like to do here is to take the individual flavors that that particular food says it tastes like and layer our product with the actual ingredients. So if it's a fruited cereal, we're gonna add all the fruits that should be mimicked to create that. Any given day, you could walk into the production space and see our team stripping vanilla beans or pureeing hundreds of pounds of cucumber for a particular beer, or adding cinnamon sticks to our beers. Particular style of beer that is near and dear to my heart that I've been brewing since I was at home in the garage is Imperial Stout. I wanted to come to the table and create stouts that were world-class. Chocolate is an ingredient that we use quite a bit. It's in pretty much 90% of the Imperial Stouts we make, and we use quite a bit of chocolate in some of the sour beers that we make. Once we got the roaster in-house, we decided to start roasting pretty much everything. So if it's a milk chocolate that we're trying to get, we can change the roast a little lighter for a little shorter period of time, and that'll really help us, along with the origin that we select, will help us really nail that flavor. Roasting our own coconut has allowed us to take the amount that we would use in a full batch of stout and break it into multiple smaller batches and roast each smaller batch at a different temperature for a different duration to really layer the flavors and aromas of that coconut, make it exactly what we're trying to get out of the beer. The beer we saw the biggest improvement so far has been whale batter. We roasted our own macadamia nut for it, and the coconut in it shines. This is the first one that we explored the layers of complexity that we can make with the coconut by breaking it down and really layering the toast levels to give you an overall super complex flavor and aroma profile. Bringing in all these changes in-house seems to have made a big difference in our end product. Everything tastes fresher, more complex, refined, just dialed in. Our fans seem to be happy with the changes. To some people, this might seem like a lot of extra work for a minimal return, but for us, having complete control over our product and all the ingredients that go into it is everything. For us, it's totally worth the effort.